welcome to the Between the Covers podcast. I'm your hostess, Nix.
And I'm Ophelia.
And today this week, I should say, we read The Risk Mindfuck series by S.T. Abbey. Which, I don't know if you noticed, but it spells stabby, not Saint Abbey.
I saw, when I first looked at it, I saw Saint Abbey and then it just stuck with me.
It's definitely stabby.
Stabby is much more appropriate.
Yes. It's going to be,
a tough one.
It's going to be a tough one, yeah. Because I liked this book. Like, it looks like a terrible, trashy fucking book, but it was actually pretty well written. And, I was sucked into the plot line pretty soon.
Yeah, so it's a crime story.
Sort of crime? I don't know. I don't say crime.
Well, yeah, because she's a serial killer.
Yeah, kind of.
She's a revenge story.
Yeah, it's revenge.
Yeah, so I love revenge stories and crime stories and things about serial killers, so that...
Yeah, me too.
That's my guilty pleasure, so even if it was more poorly written, I would probably still have enjoyed it.
But it wasn't. It was written pretty well.
Yeah.
It's book 1 of 5. So
short.
Pretty short, yeah. About an hour and a half read. So, just a little bit about the author. S.T. Abbey is a lover of all romance subgenres, but has recently dipped her feet into dark romance. Stop looking at yourself. So, she wanted to bring...
We were on that camera last time I looked over there, so now it just switched.
But she wanted to bring a new twist to the genre. So she created a new name, and yes, it's Stabby. Her other pen name is for her lighter books, full of laughs. For now, she's keeping her true identity a secret, but one day she'll share. Well, as long as people don't want to find her and punish her for the nightmares she may or may not give them. You can find me here, my Facebook. Or email me at stabbyauthor@gmail.com. So I'm going to go ahead and just throw this out there. The first book is not that graphic. You know?
No.
Like, as far as graphic, things go, it definitely gets pretty graphic. I admittedly read all 5 books. It only took me 5 hours. Come on.
Well, yeah, they're pretty short, but I read the first one and went on to the second one, but I didn't finish that one yet. But I probably will read more. Thank you.
Yeah. Actually, I really enjoy the way that she crafts the story over the progression of the story across the books, because you really don't have a lot to go on at first.
There is good suspense.
There's great suspense. There's great character development too. You don't see it in this book necessarily because it's short. It's a short book and it's the first of the 5.
Yeah.
I guess you can kind of start to see a little bit of it towards the end, but there is actually really interesting character development later on.
Yeah, and finally a protagonist I actually like, and she's a killer.
Yeah, she does have a little bit of that Mary Sue quality where she's just good at everything.
Yeah, but I think
kind of.
Also she wouldn't be because she has a traumatic past and she is committing crimes despite them being revenge crimes. Should we go over the plot of the first one?
I don't know if I can really talk about the plot without spoiling everything.
Okay, I'll talk about the plot after a word from our sponsor.
Thank you. Thank you for watching Between the Covers podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe, and give us a 5-star review on iTunes. It really helps us out a ton in getting its podcast out there. We go live on YouTube almost every Friday at 8 o'clock and out on all major podcasting apps 2 days later. Please check out the Bastard Network. Go like and follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/bastardnet. We have several awesome shows on the roster, which include Between the Covers, Fridays at 8, the STC Podcast, live Sundays at 8, the Bastard Sermon Podcast, which comes out on Sundays, the EFB, or Elliot from Boston Podcast, the What Would Jesus Do Podcast, and Black Collar TV, which features a bunch of awesome new mini shows. There's several more shows that'll be coming on board with us in the next couple of months, so be sure to stay tuned and join in on the conversations. We still promise we're working super hard to get merch out. So
Well, we're working on it. We just don't have the upfront investment for materials.
let's go to Goodwill, just like scavenge or something. But do seriously, guys, reach out to us and suggest books, or I don't know, write a fan fiction and we'll read it or something like that. Don't forget to check out our awesome sponsor, Havoc Mead, or Grenfell Meadery. They are a local, semi-local meadery. They're from Vermont, but you can now find them in liquor stores in Massachusetts, Maine, Vermont, Connecticut. If you're in New Hampshire, sorry, come to Boston. I don't know. Go to Maine, I guess. That's probably closer. I guess it depends. No, I think you're definitely closer to Maine than you are Massachusetts. Unless you're in like the very far southwest corner of Maine, in which case you're closer to Massachusetts than Maine. But most of New Hampshire is closer to Maine than Massachusetts. Anyway, that's the geography lesson for the day. Let's get back to the book. You want to talk about the plot?
Oh, yeah. I was checking on...
She was texting her boyfriend who lives in Canada.
He's from Canada. He's a little closer now. I was checking on my idea for next week, so getting distracted. This book.
Okay.
So
Bride and Brown. It's the scat book. Yeah, about a jazz singer who runs away from her wedding. No. Why not both? Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
So, the plot description on this was very vague.
Which
on
is why
Amazon,
you picked it.
Which, yes.
Mhm.
Despite it having good reviews, but because the last one had good reviews and was horrible,
Oh my God.
I thought to stop looking for poor reviews and start looking for whatever. So,
Mm.
but it actually is okay. So Lana is the protagonist. She
Lana
is,
Myers.
Yes, but that's not her real name.
No, it's not.
When Lana Myers was 16. So I only have bits and pieces of her past story because
Mhm.
I'm only 1.5 books in, so you probably know more. So I'll tell you what we know as far as I am.
Okay.
Something happened where her father was accused of rape. I don't know if... It seems like he's dead, so I don't know what happened with him. And her brother Marcus, does that sound right? Was gay, and she and him were attacked by a group of men, or boys at the time. They're younger. And Marcus dies, and she's brutally raped and attacked. She and Marcus's boyfriend, what's his name?
Jake.
They have this plot for revenge that she worked on for many years with him.
Like
And
10 years.
Yeah.
Literally 10 years.
Yes, super well planned out. So she got a new identity. An heiress died in a car accident. She took over her identity, legally changed the heiress's name, took all her money, got facial reconstruction surgery so she doesn't look like herself anymore. And
Well, the face plate, like the bones in her face were just like totally fucked. So she has to have like metal plates put in her face.
yeah, so she and that matches up with the accident that the woman was in, or
Mhm.
girl was in, that she was injured, and she has bodily scars all over her too.
Yeah.
And part of her revenge is torturing and killing and painting the walls red with the blood of the men who hurt her. And she has a whole list of men, from the ones that hurt her and Marcus, and another list that they're going to work on after, of people that slighted their father. So I'm guessing he was innocent, but don't know for
Right.
sure yet.
So the list is not just like the rapists, although
Yeah.
the first.
Mm-hmm.
There's like the rapists, the ones who like fucked their father over,
Mm-hmm.
and then like she also wants to punish all of the people in the town who like knew what happened but never like stood up
Yeah.
for the like fucked up stuff that was going on.
And where I am right now, she's taking a little side trip to kill a pedophile
Yes.
that attacked her boyfriend, Logan. Ugh, that's just not a good name, but
You don't like that name?
I don't know. I feel like it's
I don't have a problem with that name.
Logan.
Yeah. Logan Barnett.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Logan's just like a little boy name is what I picture, because I didn't know anyone my age growing up with that name.
Oh, I went to college with a like sick saxophone player named Logan. He's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably to get in there, right?
Hmm?
They don't just accept anyone.
Yeah. Unlike some schools. Anyway, not yours.
I don't know. I was.
Yeah, I'm not-
Whose school are you referring to?
I'm not naming any names on this podcast.
Okay.
I'll tell you later. So anyway, we've got this serial killer who's got this whole revenge plot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you couldn't. I mean, I guess she's a serial killer only in the definition that like she's killed lots of, not at this point she's killed 3 or 4 people
And
when the book starts, because like at the beginning of each book there's a list of like names with a line through them, and so like at the beginning of the first book I think there are only 3 names. Let's see, 4. There are 4 names.
People she's already killed.
Of people, right? People she's already killed. She has like a little wax apple on her desk that she like sticks a nail in every time she like kills a dude. But anyway, so we've got this killer, and she meets the male protagonist because she's at like this cafe that she likes, eating a muffin, and this douchey guy in a suit like swags up to her and is like, "Sup, baby?" Wanna, like, and she's just like, "Go the fuck away, I'm not interested." And he like gets kind of offended, and he's like, "But I'm like really hot, and like just look at me." And she's like, "Yeah, I'm not interested." And then he's like, "Oh, good, okay, fine. Like, I don't want my dick frozen off anyway," or something. And so he like goes back to his table where his buddy's sitting, and his buddy's like laughing at him, and she's just like, "Whatever, fucking creeps." And then she goes to like pay for her meal, and the waitress is like, "Oh, it's cool. Like, it's already taken care of." And she's like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, and you left a really nice tip, so thank you." And like the other dude, not the jackass, but the other dude had like paid.
Logan.
Yeah, well, he'd paid for her, and then he just left. Like, he didn't say anything to her, like anything. And she's like, "What the fuck? What's that about?" So she's like, "I've got to pay him back because like I'm not cool with like some random dude paying for my muffin or something." Right. So she follows him to his car, and it's like a swanky like black SUV.
And she's profiling
And she's
him.
profiling him the whole time. Like, that's like
Yeah.
half of this. She's like, "Oh, like nice suit, but not as nice as buddies," and like this and that, and the look in his eyes, and like the set of his, and the micro expressions of his face, which tell me what he's really thinking. Blah 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 blah. So she's like, "Hey, here, I don't want you to pay for my food. Here's the $20." And he's like, then he starts like profiling her.
Yeah.
And is like, "Oh, like, so you don't like people buying things for you, and so, you know, you dress like this, but your attitude is like this."
Dress, and you're
Yeah.
a feminist and whatever. He's
Yeah.
saying about her, yeah.
And so they're like profiling each other, and then they like get really awkward, and it's like, and then he like gives her his card, and he's like, like, you know, call me if you get bored or something.
Yeah, and he's an FBI agent.
Yeah, he
which
is.
I don't think we mentioned.
Oh, right. Well,
So that complicates.
right. And so she's just like, "Whatever, dude," and she leaves. but then she does end up calling him, and they start this.
4 days later or something.
Yeah, 4, because she
Yeah.
waited. Well, because she had to go kill somebody,
Yeah.
and then she
Torture
came
them
back,
in their-
torture and kill, right?
Yeah.
And so then they start dating, kind of. Well, they start texting all the time. They're like constantly
he's
texting.
got a crazy schedule because he's working a couple of different serial killer cases, including her case. And another one, the Boogeyman.
That one didn't. That one had only just started, though, right?
They figured out who it was in the first book, who the Boogeyman is.
Did they?
Yeah, and then she became a target, or they think she's a target of him. So they put a police detail in her house.
I don't think that's not the first book.
That's the first book.
That can't be the first book.
In the first book, she gets into a relationship with Logan, and this serial killer, the Boogeyman, threatens him by writing his name on one of the bodies. So they think he's going, since he's a sexual sadist, they profiled him as a sexual sadist. They're going to go after a woman, so they think they're going to go after Lana. So they put a police detail in her house.
No. They just find his name at the end.
I'm talking about book 2?
Yeah, you're talking about book 2.
I thought for sure that was one.
No.
Right.
No. That it's just.
All right, well, in book 2.
Yeah, that's when like shit really starts happening with the Boogeyman.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Lana, in addition to like being a completely different person than she used to be, has also apparently spent like the last 10 years getting a black belt in every single martial art in the world.
Oh, yeah.
So like,
And she's super strong, and she makes sure she eats extra calories so she can have a soft feminine
that's the
look
second book.
to her. Oh.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're doing book 1.5 today.
No, it's just like she's like, oh, like I need to like hone my body and my mind and my spirit and like discipline, and learning a new martial art is like disciplining your mind and like beating your mind. And she's like aware of the whole revenge killer like hitting like a breaking point and like actually becoming just a psychotic killer and being unable to distinguish between like I'm killing this person because they did something bad to me and just being like I'm killing people now because that's just what I do. So like she's theoretically trained herself against a psychotic break. She's like honed her body to be like a lethal killing machine, and like she prefers knives over guns, but she has a few. And then like she has her little she like kills her victims in their houses.
In their own houses.
And her partner Jake is like a tech genius, and he like stole some micro camera technology from the NSA and like built his own micro cameras, which they break into.
I don't think I got to that.
Well,
part.
They do break into the houses of their victims and like install cameras like a month before, and then they watch them and learn their
and they clone
cycle.
their phones.
Yep, they like it's this whole long thing, and like I never really figured out where they get all their money
From the heiress that she took the life over from.
Yeah, but like that just I guess they do have that one business. They have a side business where they like buy and resell like stuff.
That's her cover.
Yeah, but they still do that, don't they?
I didn't actually see her do it at all.
Oh, that's fair.
But she might have a website up for it to
convince
people.
I'm not sure. I'm just like I don't know how long the heiress money would last. And they like what they do like has to be expensive.
Oh yeah, and she has a house.
She
with
has a
secret
house
murder room.
No, it's not a murder room.
Well, she doesn't kill in it, but all her murder stuff's in
Right.
it.
Yeah, she's like a murder supply closet.
Yeah. Well, her bloody clothes go in there. The cameras.
Well, no, she has a burn pile in her backyard where she burns all the bloody stuff afterwards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't he show up right after she had the? Oh, he surprised her at her house.
He surprised her at her
she
house.
Said, "Why don't you use your cop or your FBI powers to try to figure out where I live?" And I was just thinking, what? That's a terrible idea.
That's
if he starts
terrible.
digging into her background.
Oh.
And his partner digs into her.
No, it's not his partner. It's this girl,
Hadley?
She
She's a
she's like
a forensic hacker of some sort.
She's a no. There. What's the term? It's They use it a couple of times. Hold on, I'm just gonna search it in the book. Well, she was a hacker, but she got caught for hacking into the FBI when she was like 16, and they were like, "You can either go to prison or you can come work for us." And but there's a term for it, like forensic.
I know what. Oh, so there's no dead air. I will keep talking. That's very Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
What is?
Ish story.
Oh, I didn't read that actually. My dad did.
Is like that where she gets jobs with her hacking skills rather than
but so Hadley doesn't hack. And she only does forensics. She does forensics for the FBI.
Right, yeah.
But she's still no. It's just forensics. She's like a forensic whiz kid or something. Like I mean,
that's
like a forensic prodigy. I think that's what they say. But she's also like really good with technology. So there's a cliffhanger at the end of the first book because Lana and Logan have been dating for like I don't know a couple of weeks or something at this point, and then Hadley just shows up at Lana's house and is like, "So why are you pretending to be this heiress person?"
Yeah, why'd you take the identity of this dead girl?
Yeah. Why did you steal this person? I'm Hadley Grace. Logan Bennett is my boss.
But she has a very good excuse for all of her questions. She has an answer to everything Hadley asks.
Yeah, well, that's kind of suspicious too, though.
That she has an answer to everything?
That she's so like... because they talk about it in the next book because they're like you didn't even get upset that she was questioning like who you are, you know what I mean? It was like she was just so dead. She was like, that's because of this, and that's because of this, and that's because of this, whatever. And like they found it, or Hadley found it suspicious that she was so seemingly blasé about being questioned.
Well, maybe she went to therapy and knows how to control her emotions.
Yeah, maybe she's a psychopath. She's not, though.
No, she's getting revenge. These men hurt her, killed her beloved brother.
Do you want to know what they did?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to read it.
Okay.
But if I, in 2 weeks, don't read it, you can tell me.
Okay. That's fair. We're not going to remember that.
So I'll just ask when I think of it.
Do you think we watch our own podcast?
Do you even watch it?
No.
I don't watch it.
He doesn't. We do have some faithful followers. We love you guys. Thank you for watching our podcast. We know.
If you're out there.
Hello.
Knock 3 times.
I don't know. Let's take a look at some of the highlighted passages.
I did not have much highlighted.
Yeah.
There wasn't much striking.
Oh, I forgot to mention this. So, both of her parents are dead. Her brother's dead.
Yep.
So, her father really liked Einstein.
Oh, yes.
Her father was like always quoting Einstein. So in the first book, all of the quotes at the beginning of each chapter are Einstein quotes. In the second book, her mother really dug Confucius.
Yeah.
So at the beginning of every at the beginning of every Confucius, there's a chapter quote. You know what I mean? Chapter Confucius quote. Her brother was a romantic, so he was really into Shakespeare. So at the beginning of every chapter in the third book, there's a Shakespeare quote. She is a Voltaire fan. So she, the fourth book has Voltaire quotes at the beginning of every chapter. And then the fifth book has those 4 like cycling, like a Shakespeare, Confucius, Voltaire, Einstein quote. So that was kind of neat, I suppose. All of the popular highlights by other people in this book were the Einstein quotes at the beginning of the chapters. Everyone's just like, oh, Einstein quote. Let's highlight that. Fucking, I know it's a highlightable thing because it's fucking Einstein. It doesn't mean anything like.
The only thing I had highlighted was that when she's ripping his shirt off and the buttons skitter across the floor, how annoying it is to restitch all those buttons back on. Or like it's like his work shirt probably. I'm sure he only has so many.
Yeah, but he's an SSA for the FBI. Like, I'm sure that buying a new shirt's not a problem for him.
Yeah, but it's just it's such an annoyance. He could just unbutton his shirt. She doesn't have to rip it off and take all the buttons off.
You know what I thought about way too much was the fact that after he stayed over at her house the first time, he had to leave and go to work, right? Or something. And she texted him and was like, oh, I'm just hanging out here in your boxers. It's like, did he just go to work commando or something?
Yeah, he didn't want to wear the dirty boxers the next day.
Turn him inside out, I guess.
He did bring a bag with him the first day he showed up, too, just in case. So he
did
should
he?
have had. So maybe he had clean boxers with him.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So she's hanging out wearing the dirty ones.
I've done worse. I mean, okay. I guess I missed the part about the bag. I was just like picturing like an FBI agent just like going commando at work and just being like, that seems really uncomfortable, to be honest. Like as a dude going commando, he's like,
I thought it was
your balls like flopping around and shit.
Dudes, is it comfortable to go commando?
Yep.
I think that's why kilts are still popular.
It depends though. Like shorts, it's great. You know, it really just depends.
What if you're wearing like dress pants though?
No, because then you'll see everything.
No, that's
right?
sweatpants.
And dress pants, yeah.
Oh. Well, see, then I was justified in being like weirded out that he went to work without underwear on.
Right, yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
It's the FBI thing.
You know, I enjoyed the realism, or like at least the realistic feel of their. This might be saying too much. The progression of their relationship, considering that she like doesn't share anything about like her past or her really. I don't know. She's pretty forthcoming about things that she likes and doesn't like, I guess. But in terms of her past, she like doesn't talk about it because
it's not.
It is real, you know, in a way.
That she's this person that she's not? Oh, like.
Well, I mean, she could talk about, like, things that her parents did when she was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Or something.
But they already caught up something she said about being the heiress, and she made some kind of comment about her father or something that didn't
her
line
father,
up.
no, she said her father was friends with janitors.
Right, yeah, that's what.
And then they were like, oh, and like, I thought you were some rich ass heiress. And she's like, oh, well, I said my father was friends with the janitor, but he called them butlers. And I just didn't want to like come across as like the shitty rich kid, which I thought was a pretty good comeback for that. But
yeah.
Yeah, also that was the second book. Because that's after Hadley's like interrogating her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this one other thing in that same sex scene that she's like super spiraling into premature orgasm as he rolls on a condom. She's watching that and like, ooh, that's so sexy. Rolling. I don't know. Is that supposed to be a sexy thing?
I don't know. Is he gyrating his hips while he does it? He's like,
but then she goes, I want to bottle it and save it for rainy days.
I think
That's
it's the
surreal.
anticipation that she's feeling.
Okay.
That's how I took it, at least.
We're just getting excited about him rolling a condom.
Right, that's how I read it, but you're probably right where it's the anticipation.
It's the anticipation, like, oh yeah, I'm about to get a sweet dicking. I'm gonna bottle that feeling and save it for a rainy day.
Is that what you say every time before?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Dude, sick roll job, bro.
I'm glad she can enjoy that part because that's the worst part is the dude. You know, fucking the whole rigmarole of putting a condom on.
I mean, to be fair, I've been with dudes who both like are affected by having to put a condom on and who aren't affected by having to put a condom on. So it's like a personal. I did have relations one time with a guy who was allergic to latex, but he didn't mention the fact until afterwards, and his penis got like.
Oh, so he did it anyway.
Yeah. And it was
Worth it.
poor dude. I mean, worth it in like the sense of if he had something or, whatever. I didn't get pregnant, so yay. But like, was it really worth it for him? Like, then your dick's all like red and swollen, like, and not in a sexual way. Like, it's just kind of puffy. Like, sorry, bro, I didn't know. They do make latex-free condoms, but I wouldn't recommend them.
Why?
They're made from like sheep intestines.
Sounds old-fashioned.
No, if it were goat intestines, that would be metal.
Oh,
Baphomet.
so what? It's sheep intestines? That's not as metal?
Just goats are inherently more metal than sheep are.
They still have the creepy eyes.
I love goats' eyes with their square pupils, and they're
Yeah.
like always looking at things and being like, "Can I eat this? I'm gonna try anyway."
Well, they can see more predators with that. I'm going to read one of these Einstein quotes.
Okay.
When you are courting a nice girl, an hour seems like a second. When you sit on a red-hot cinder, a second seems like an hour. That's relativity. Relativity.
Relativity. Relativity.
All right, you done rolling titties?
Rolling titties. Dude, I'm
That's
rolling
rolling
titties. Let's see. Hold on. I'm admittedly off on a little yes, made of sheep intestines. This condom is the only one made of natural animal product, so it doesn't contain any of the proteins that prompt the latex allergy. While lambskin condoms are effective against pregnancy, tiny holes in the condom are big enough to allow viruses that cause STDs to pass through. Only use lambskin condoms if the risk of STDs is not a concern.
Lambskin.
Yeah, told you. Sheep intestines. We're getting medieval in this bitch.
Where do you buy those?
Walmart,
At
apparently. Amazing.net.
Yeah.
That's
The brick and mortar is called amazing.com.
no .net.
Is it .net?
It's .net. I know because my gay best friend and I were in Chinatown one time when we were in college, and we saw that they had like wide variety of pipes, like glass pipes. And so we went in and we were like poking around, which is hilarious because we weren't like a couple or anything, but clearly like people thought we were. And we saw like a big sign that was like, it's like 25% or 50% off your purchase, like if you come in like as a couple, or if like you come in together. So we were like, oh fuck yeah. So we like held hands and we're all like gross and like gooey with each other, and we're just like tee, like, oh, which bowl do you like, sweetie? And it like totally overplayed like the whole thing, and like it was fine because like to the small Asian man who was running the shop, like I'm sure any PDA was too much PDA, so he was just like, please get the fuck out of my store, like just take it. It's a good time.
Photo ID would have been sufficient.
Yeah. Well, no, for the discount, the 50% off if you're a couple, I guess. I don't know. Most couples like go to sex stores together.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever done that. It's usually with girls. Like girlfriends, you know. Oh, I'm going with the girlfriend.
The toys with your girlfriend?
No, we just go in and look and
Maybe.
laugh at stuff.
And laugh at stuff.
Yeah, like what's this weird thing? Where does that go?
Urethra play. Tee.
Ah.
You never thought to be like Robert Paul and try it out?
What?
Try it out.
Robert Paul.
Try it out.
Robert Paul
Piss on me.
champagne.
Beat me.
Yep. Nothing's going in the urethra. Sorry.
Not for you, for dudes. God.
No. Sorry, it's frozen, but I found an idea for.
Did you say Frozen? Are we reading Frozen fan
No,
fiction next year?
It's frozen, and I was trying to look at this.
I mean, maybe we got a lot of options next
Is it
year.
lambskin?
I'm not looking at lambskin. I'm looking at next week's book, but it's frozen.
I was like, I don't get it.
The
Wait,
first
is
one-
this his second one?
Yeah, the first one wasn't available, so I'm looking at the second one.
Do I really want to give Matthew Punjatore $8? It's gonna be a hard no from me, dog.
It's on sale.
It's on sale for $2 cheaper than it usually is. Wait, okay, hold on. Is this even? Hey, Matt. Long time no talk. Remember that time you ruined our Vampire the Masquerade fucking game? You jerk.
Will it come be podcast fodder?
Okay, this is romance. Listen. The description. A young man, Moneo, hears about a city that can
I'm
only
sorry,
be found in
who?
the summer. Moneo. He goes there looking for love and romance, but he is seduced and captured by a demon. The demon takes him to a haunted castle to torture him. When he escapes his prison, he realizes that time has somewhat stopped and become twisted inside the castle. Moneo cannot communicate with the outside world, and he fears that he is losing his mind. Moneo discovers a trapped demon goddess, Narina, who is looking for a way to escape. 2. Together, Moneo and Narina struggle to be free and escape the castle's curses, ghosts, monsters, and tragic past. Narina gives Moneo a cat, Galeazzo, and a dog, Narasa, who are magical animal friends that will help him on his journey through the dangerous castle. They must also hurry before it's too late, and the curses trap them forever.
This book is 50 pages long.
Wow,
Suck
that's a
my
lot in
dick. I'm
50
not
pages.
paying fucking $8 for 50 pages of writing. I don't care if J.R.R. Tolkien jizzed on a page and the words were gold. Like, I'm not paying $8. Actually, you know what?
Yeah, you know. You know you would.
Yeah, you're right. If it were J.R.R. Tolkien,
Yeah,
but like,
that's-
okay,
it's not
I'm
Matt
sorry. Let's.
Punjatore.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't pay anything for him jerking off on a page.
Oh.
Left me wanting more. I was sent this novelette by the author in exchange for an honest review. Though the writing was very descriptive, I feel like the story needed a lot more. The concept of the novel is good. Sadly, I had no attachment to the characters and what was going on in the story. I could have enjoyed it, but without much. Enjoyed it much more with about 150 pages more to flesh out the story.
And some sort of
What, you got that from the Galeazzo and Narezza. Hey, guess what, you guys? I'm fucking Italian. Just in case you couldn't tell by my name, Punjatore. But also, look at all these fucking Italian names in my book.
And the dog is a sassy corgi, apparently, according to one of these reviews.
Seriously? That is like the most cliche fucking garbage.
A sassy corgi? This is not very gothy or...
That's not gothic at all. Unless the sassy corgi like stabs people and makes snarky comments about like them bleeding out or something. I don't know. Ugh, not on the rug.
like the Queen's cold heat.
Sam, if you want to talk, you gotta go put your face in a microphone.
I'm content to.
Oh,
Yeah, but
is he
you can't
the
talk to
problem,
us.
not us.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's disrupting the flow of the podcast. Well, you could have sat over there and talked into a microphone. And then you could be part of the conversation, bro.
The writing style is unusual, shifting tenses from present to past and back again.
Oh, I hate that shit.
It's unusual and unique.
Oh, no, it's not. It's not unique. You're unique. What? Are you still reading a review?
Yeah, I was seeing if there's
How does
anything else
this
good in
have...
here.
Wait, are you reading Elaine Shermer's review right
I'm
now?
Christine's.
Oh, this one is the content in Midnight's Eternal Prisoner Waiting for the Summer swept me away to a magical place where darkness and love coexist. Not for the faint of heart. This novelette was very entertaining as I discovered another world unknown to me. Congratulations to the author for commanding this audience.
He definitely wrote that one himself.
Yeah, he took
Or his mom.
his mom. Oh, his mom probably did. She's so nice. Yeah, his mom bought us pizza and is like kind of the tits. She's so nice.
See if she wants to play Vampire Masquerade.
How's my lipstick look?
It looks great.
Nice. Anyway.
Rate and review. In the review, tell us how our lipstick looks.
Would you be sure to include specifics about our makeup styles as they change from week to week?
Mm-hmm.
Can we do more corpse paint? That was so much fun. I love corpse paint.
Then we need to read more black metal themed romances.
Ah. Oh, wait, hold on. Didn't you say you had an idea for next week?
Yeah, that was my idea.
Oh, fuck you.
Was his novelette. I discovered there was a new one.
Yeah, that's fair. But still, $8 for 50
I
pages
didn't know.
is too much. I'll do a lot in the name of romance novels. Well, I don't know. I probably won't. So I typed in black metal romance, and I did not get what I was looking for.
Maybe put black metal in quotes.
Oh, Hearts of Metal. Yes, metal romance novels. Hot metal. Wait, hold on. I didn't. The girl who wrote this does not look.
Metal. She's not metal enough. She's a poser.
She's such
gotta
a
read
poser,
it.
dude. She's such a poser.
A black metal.
She's wearing a top hat and sitting in front of a grave.
Who do you think writes all of these?
Dude, I'm just gonna have to say though, that damn, hold on, there are a lot of these. Holy shit. Okay, the Hearts of Metal series by Brooklyn Ann.
Okay.
Metal. Let's see, Kissing Vicious with Vengeance. Rock God. Ironic Sacrifice. Can we? That's not metal. That's
Metal
that's
and mistletoe.
vampire. How about Wrenching Fate? A paranormal Hold on, what is this? Oh, it's free. A paranormal romance. Oh, vampires. I don't care about vampires. I want to read metal.
Maybe they're metal vampires.
No, I want them to be like smearing corpse paint across like
What do you think vampires listen to?
not black metal. They listen to like gothic rock. Or like industrial,
Theater
yeah.
of Tragedy. I bet that's the
They
number
listen
one vampire
actually
band.
vampires listen.
Imperium. What's that one?
What do you mean?
The very vampire band.
Aspiring guitarist Kinley Black
Bloody
is about to get her
Valentine?
first big break as a roadie for Vicious, her favorite heavy metal band. Oh, this is a heavy metal. I don't want to read about heavy metal.
We want black metal.
I want black metal. I want
These
them to be
romances
like
aren't metal enough.
I want them to be like sacrificing goats in the woods beneath a full moon and like smearing the blood over themselves and like corpse paint and daggers and spiky arm gauntlets
But that's probably
and
too
like
good.
mayhem playing in the background while they like bone like
Just
rabbits
write
in
it.
the woods. Oh, you're right. You know, I should. Yeah, probably.
So next week we're reading Bride and Brown.
Amazing.
It's free. It's not $8.
Wait, hold on. Let's see.
I had it saved a while ago on my Kindle app, and I share it with my mother and sisters, and my mother read The Bride and Brown at one point, so
Metal.
I'll ask her what she thinks about it. Oh, The Hot Seat. It's called The Hot Seat, The Bride and Brown.
Oh, the hot seat. Gross. Don't sit in that seat. Man, I just want like I don't want heavy metal. I want black metal. Black metal romance. And I don't want like shitty fan fiction either. Like Euronymous and Varg having sex and Euronymous is the fucking dom. Like what? Are you serious?
Euronymous would definitely not.
Euronymous
Use the
wore
bottom.
crop tops. What dom wears crop tops?
Dom with a lot of confidence.
No.
No, it's Bride and Brown, Scorch.
Yeah, we're all right, fine. Bride and Brown. No, what is it? The Hot Seat, Bride and Brown. By some scat fetishist. I don't know.
I closed it out. I couldn't look at that anymore.
Yes, Bride and Brown.
Look it up.
Okay,
The
hold
Hot
on.
Seat.
I
Bride
have
and
to
Brown.
give
Get it.
this book series. I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5 bleeding hearts.
4.5, really?
Yeah.
I was gonna say 4, but
I'm gonna give it 4.5 because I was actually I really enjoyed the storyline. I thought that and I read all 5 books, so I saw it go full circle.
yeah.
I will give it 4.5 because towards the later books she started misusing phrases, and I can't let's see, I can't think off the top of my head, but it was like she used a phrase and she used the wrong word in the phrase.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was like
It was definitely the wrong word and not.
it was definitely the wrong
Okay.
word. if you keep reading, you will probably also come across it, and you'll know what I'm talking
Mhm.
about. But
So
aside
she
from that, like
lost half a bleeding heart for.
yeah,
that.
she lost half a bleeding heart for a couple of grammatical and
Mhm.
syntax.
But I think
issues.
this might be the winner so far, highest score yet.
Yeah, I think so. Which is funny because it wasn't bad, you know. So there wasn't like that much to make fun of. or, like,
Right, we want
shit
ones that are
on.
bad.
We kind of do.
But what if the hot seat is super well written?
I don't care? It's about fucking poop.
It's scat fetish.
yeah.
It's
Is
a
she gonna
fetish.
eat it?
Real people have that fetish. John McAfee has that fetish.
I don't know who that is.
Scorch, did you hear about that?
Who the fuck
of
is
course
John
he knows.
McAfee?
McAfee's security, computer security.
Oh, McAfee.
Yeah.
McAfee. I've always used Kaspersky.
Yes, he was on the right. He was hiding in Costa Rica for a while, and there's a interview with him with the Costa Rican girls that he would hire, and he had this special hammock that he'd have a hole cut into, and he'd make them eat it.
Oh, that was
Or
on
I mean,
your mom's podcast.
he would eat it, and they would sit in the
Yeah,
hammock.
yeah, yeah, and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was on your mom's podcast. Your
Yeah, it
mom's
was.
house podcast. Okay. All right.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, yeah.
I actually haven't seen I don't want to see that.
You haven't
Doc.
seen the documentary?
No, I only heard about it.
Gringo?
It's called Gringo.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, you guys. Be sure to tune in next week for some poop shit. I guess. Wait,
Well, that was shit.
don't we have a guest coming?
Yes, we have a guest next week.
Who is it?
It's
Is it your
it's
mom?
a surprise. No, no.
Oh my god.
It's a local comedian.
Okay, tune in next week for a special surprise. It'll be really funny while we talk about poop. Anyway, have a great night, guys, and tune in next week.